Hey everyone, welcome back to MangaMinute. I'm thrilled to share my latest recap video with you. If you missed the previous one, no worries, just take a quick peek in the description below for the link. Now, let's dive right in and enjoy.
Whispers echoed through the corridors of the Tang clan, laden with disbelief and shock. The news of the Medicine King Hall's downfall spread like wildfire. Clan members exchanged hushed words, recounting the harrowing scene they had witnessed. The sight of the once bustling and vital hall now reduced to a silent ruin, its members slain, left an indelible mark on those who saw it. Speculation and concern gripped the hearts of the Tang clan. The Medicine King Hall had long been a cornerstone of their survival, providing the funds that kept the clan afloat. The sudden and ruthless eradication of such an essential entity baffled many. They questioned the wisdom behind such a drastic decision, wondering what the leaders were thinking to dismantle the very foundation of their prosperity. The uncertainty and fear mingled with the rumors, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. The fall of the Medicine King Hall signaled a dramatic shift within the Tang clan, one that left everyone on edge, anticipating what might come next. Tang Yeon-Myeong observed the pill closely, a mixture of curiosity and concern in his eyes. "Are you planning to take it right away?" he inquired, his voice cautious. "Leaving it unguarded could invite trouble. Someone like Tang Yeon-Myeong might try to seize it. Give it a few days for the poison effects to wear off, and I'll deliver it to you safely." Yeon-Myeong shook his head, his resolve unwavering. "Thank you, but I'll take it as it is." Yeon-Myeong, still unsure, pressed on. "If you're not going to use it immediately, it would be best to keep it here under protection." "It's all right," Yeon-Myeong insisted, his tone firm. "I'm going to use it soon." Yeon-Myeong scrutinized the pill, analyzing the ominous aura that radiated from it. "Indeed," he pondered. "The poison is so potent that it's visible to the naked eye. How could I discard something so valuable?" As he touched the pill with his fingertip, he felt its intense energy. "It contains an extremely potent fiery poison, as expected of a spirit born from lava," he continued. "However, it pales in comparison to the demonic fire dragon I faced before. An ordinary person consuming this in its raw state would likely be incinerated from within." He reflected on the significance of the pill's power. "More importantly, this poison is incredibly strong. This must be how one gauges the strength of the 10 poisons," he mused. With determination, Yeon-Myeong resolved, "I need to delve deeper into the nature of these 10 poisons. After the refinement process, I can distinctly sense the spirit's power." "All right, with this." Standing in front of his mother's room, Yeon-Myeong gently knocked and announced, "Mother, it's Yeon-Myeong. May I come in?" Her voice came softly from within. "Yes, you may." As he entered, he continued, "Then, pardon me for a moment." Tang Jii looked up, her eyes filling with emotion as she saw her son. "I thought I would never be able to come here again. I really did get lucky with my child." Yeon-Myeong smiled warmly. "This place belonged to you in the first place. Of course, you should be here." Observing his mother after such a long time apart, Yeon-Myeong was struck by her enduring beauty and strength. He reflected inwardly, "She's still beautiful, but I wonder how worried she must have been all this time. It pains me to think she was alone, with no one to share her happiness with, even after I achieved what I did." Resolving to change his approach to life, he added, "My past life alone is enough for a lifetime of regrets. From now on, I must protect this life." Tang Jii embraced her son tightly, her voice full of gratitude. "I'm so grateful that you safely returned to me." Yeon-Myeong returned her embrace, his voice tender. "Of course, I'm your son after all." He then inquired, "By the way, have you met the Bangui Brigade?" Tang Jii nodded, her expression softening with nostalgia. "Yes, they came this morning, offering to help move my things. Everyone is a familiar face, so it felt like old times." Noticing the wooden box in Yeon-Myeong's hand, Tang Jii asked, "But Yeon-Myeong, what's that box?" Yeon-Myeong smiled and responded, "Ah, this is something I brought to give you." He quickly opened the box. Tang Jii's eyes widened in shock. "This is an inner pill from the 10,000-year fire carp?" Pleased that his mother recognized the item, Yeon-Myeong remarked, "As expected, you recognized it. Since you know what it is, you just have to use it." Agitated, his mother protested, "But it would be right if you, who's going to lead the clan, take it." "So," insisting, Yeon-Myeong pressed on, "No, it's right if mother takes it. I have no use for the inner pill now. He extended his hand towards her. Can I have your hand? Confused, his mother asked. What do you mean you have no use for it now? Yeon-Myeong explained. Since I have nothing more I can increase with this orb. He held her hand gently, conveying his determination and care. You deserve this, mother. Please, take it. As Tang Jii held Yeon-Myeong's hand, she was taken aback by the energy she felt coursing through him. Fire? Fire realm? Seeking confirmation, she added, Did you really reach the fire realm? Quickly, Yeon-Myeong replied with conviction. Yes, I want you to live a long life, including father's share. As he presented the pill to his mother, he added, Please watch over me as I grow. Unable to find the right words, Tang Jii contemplated silently. To think my son has ascended to the fire realm, it's truly something worthy of praise. But if others find out and threaten the Tang family, with resolve in her voice, she continued aloud, What am I thinking? Even if my child has reached the fire realm, it's a mother's duty to protect her child. Even if he becomes the clan head, that won't change. Pressing on, Yeon-Myeong exclaimed urgently, The inner pill is slowly dissipating. You must hurry, mother. Accepting the gift with determination, Tang Jii responded, All right, it would be rude to reject something brought for me. With a teasing tone, she continued, Son, do you know what they used to call me when I was younger? Taken aback, Yeon-Myeong responded cautiously, Pardon? What? He hesitated, then continued, Sichuan's top beauty and the poison phoenix. Hearing this, Tang Jii nodded with a knowing smile. Yes, the poison phoenix, she affirmed. Then, with a mischievous glint in her eye, she released a surge of energy within her. It's a title given to the most renowned member of the Tang family, she explained proudly. Seeing her son's astonished expression, Tang Jii playfully added, It's been a while since I've seen you so shocked. I may not be as skilled as you, but what do you think? I'm pretty impressive too, right? After increasing her strength and ingesting the inner pill, Mother went straight into cultivating. Reflecting on recent events, Yeon-Myeong pondered, Anyway, I really was shocked just a moment ago. It had been startling to discover his mother concealing her true strength. To think she cultivated her power all by herself, I never would have expected this. Acknowledging his mother's true capabilities, he continued, A fire realm master can sense even the slightest movements. There's no point in hiding such power. To think she could keep it from me, even though I'm in the fire realm, as expected of my mother. Watching her absorb the energy from the pill, he added, She's already reached the stage I was at before unlocking my full potential. Now, at her peak, absorbing the spirit of the inner pill, perhaps Mother will surpass her limits as well. But that also means she'll face new challenges soon. The method of absorbing the inner pill is surprisingly simple. You slowly take the spirituality of the inner pill and absorb it into your body. Then, you internalize spirituality. This process is repeated until all of it is absorbed. Agitated by her own doubts, Tang Jii pondered, However, will it be possible to absorb all of this energy? Even now, the spirituality of the pill is slowly fading. What should I do? Worried about failing to fully absorb the pill, she continued, At this rate, it'll disappear completely before I've even absorbed half of it. Just as she was grappling with these concerns, something startled her. This energy, Yeon-Myeong. Meanwhile, Yeon-Myeong, affirming his mother, exclaimed, Enlightenment doesn't come just from thinking. You must observe, analyze, reason, and imitate. That could become an opportunity for enlightenment. Intent on helping his mother overcome her limitations, he added, This time, I'll give you a little push. Feeling the unexpected support, Tang Jii exclaimed, Yeon-Myeong's energy, it's merging with the inner pill. She recognized the technique. This is the Tang family's poisonous vital azure radiant heart technique. Enlightened by Yeon-Myeong's guidance, Tang Jii realized, I see. Spirituality is pure energy that can transform. I don't have to absorb it bit by bit. I can change it into something I can absorb more readily. I don't necessarily have to go through the cultivation process. With determination, she resolved, All right, come to me. Seriously, I'm blessed with such a good son. Witnessing his mother successfully absorb the energy pill, Yeon-Myeong remarked with satisfaction, It's done. With this, Mother has reached the fire realm. Inside the imposing halls of the Stealth and Poisons Hall, the elders and executives of the Tang clan had gathered, each adorned in traditional robes of authority and seriousness etched onto their faces. Among them stood Dark King Tang Jii, known for his strategic mind and unwavering loyalty to the clan's traditions. Beside him, Poison King Tang Jii, renowned for his mastery of poisons and tactical brilliance, exuded an air of impatience, muttering under his breath about the early morning summons. The atmosphere was tense as the elders, including the fourth elder, expressed their dissatisfaction at being made to wait for the clan head. Despite their rank, they felt the sting of what they considered unnecessary delay and disrespect. Tang Jii, always composed and diplomatic, attempted to reassure them that the clan head would arrive soon, maintaining order amidst the growing restlessness. Just then, the guards stationed at the entrance of the hall announced the long-awaited arrival of the clan head. The gathering stirred with anticipation as they awaited the leader who held the fate of the Tang clan in his hands. Greeting those assembled, Yeon-Myeong addressed them respectfully. "Thank you all for gathering so early in the morning. I've called this meeting because there's something crucial I need to discuss, something I believe everyone should hear." Curious, the fourth elder inquired, "Something crucial?" Without hesitation, Yeon-Myeong interjected sharply, "Didn't we agree that we should appoint a proxy head until I come of age?" Recalling their previous discussions, the fourth elder nodded. "Yes, indeed. So, who do you intend to appoint as proxy among the current elders?" In the ensuing dialogue, tensions simmer subtly beneath the surface as Yeon-Myeong subtly challenged the elders' assumptions about their potential roles in his administration. His words carried a hint of mockery, hinting at his unconventional thinking and perhaps a desire to assert his independence from traditional expectations. Taken aback by the unexpected response, the fourth elder exclaimed, "If not one of us, then who?" Just as the discussion was heating up, the elders inside the Stealth and Poisons Hall were startled by an unexpected arrival at the entrance. The fourth elder exclaimed in surprise, "Huh? That?" The fifth elder chimed in with equal disbelief, It's been decades. How is this possible?" Yeon-Myeong, maintaining his calm demeanor, interjected casually, "When it comes to who deserves it, wouldn't she be the perfect choice?" After being held responsible for invading Magwangshan a decade ago, the Council of Elders forced her to take responsibility and dragged her down from the head position. Entering the room confidently, Tang Jii greeted everyone, saying, "I see many familiar faces here. My apologies for the late arrival. I'm Tang Jii." At the night before the proxy announcement, reflecting on her recent ascension to the Fire Realm, Tang Jii sighed, "Phew, I'm relieved to have reached the Fire Realm, but I'm still adjusting to purging the impurities from my body. I ended up treating a servant disrespectfully because of it." She paused, gathering her thoughts before continuing, "Anyway, I'm still adjusting to the strength. It will take time. Ascending to the Fire Realm has also deepened my understanding of Yeon-Myeong. That child has already reached the pinnacle of the Fire Realm. Currently, I've heard only the leader of the Black Death Alliance has reached such heights." Thinking back to the recent competition, she pondered, "So, what exactly happened during the competition? I think I'll have a lot to discuss with my son for the first time in a while." Yeon-Myeong stood before his mother, Tang Jii, with a mixture of pride and apprehension. He had ascended to the Fire Realm, a feat that surprised even her. Tang Jii, grateful for her son's achievement, welcomed him warmly, eager to hear about his journey. Yeon-Myeong, knowing his mother's curiosity about his attainment at such a young age, pondered how best to explain his path to enlightenment. He considered sharing the truth that memories from his past life had guided him, but decided against it, opting instead to mention the recent competition. He knew his mother had heard about the smuggling of the fire dragon's poison and the subsequent awarding of it to the winner. When Tang Jii questioned him about how he reached the Fire Realm, Yeon-Myeong calmly recounted his experience with the fire dragon's poison. He explained how, despite the risks, it had led him to enlightenment during a critical battle with the souls. He assured his mother that he had absorbed the poison's essence and transcended to the Fire Realm as a result. Tang Jii, initially shocked by her son's revelation, soon accepted his explanation with understanding. She acknowledged that enlightenment could indeed come from unexpected paths, especially given the circumstances of their lineage and abilities. As Yeon-Myeong observed his mother's acceptance, he felt relieved. He knew she valued his safety above all else and was grateful that she could comprehend the unusual journey that had led him to his current state of power. Tang Jii, curious about recent events, brought up the rumor she had heard regarding the Medicine King Hall. She had learned that Yeon-Myeong was involved in its dissolution, and sensing the need for honesty, he decided to share the entire story with her. He explained his motivations, the challenges faced, and how each decision was made with the family's and clan's best interests in mind. Listening attentively, Tang Jii absorbed the details and remarked that her suspicions aligned with what she had heard. She expressed empathy for Ijin, recognizing the difficulties she must have faced. Then, with a serious tone, she made a request of Yeon-Myeong. Acknowledging her son's role as the future leader and the risks that come with it, Tang Jii resolved to no longer remain passive. She declared her intention to actively protect him, ensuring that no one would dare to challenge his position or threaten the family's stability again. Yeon-Myeong, touched by his mother's determination and support, accepted her request with gratitude. He understood the weight of her promise and felt reassured knowing that she was now fully committed to safeguarding their family's future. As the familiar figure of Tang Jii appeared before the gathered crowd, murmurs spread through the room. People speculated about her agelessness and whispered about her possible ascension. Amidst the chatter, Tang Jii greeted his sister warmly. Yeon-Myeong, with authority in his voice, introduced Tang Jii as his mother and declared her the new head of the Tang family. The announcement sent a ripple of surprise and concern through the elders and executives present. The fourth elder particularly expressed fear at the sudden shift in leadership. Accepting her new role, Tang Jii graciously thanked everyone for their presence and acknowledged that she would act as the head temporarily until Yeon-Myeong came of age. She pledged to restore the Tang family's foundation that had been disrupted. With confidence and authority befitting her new position, Tang Jii swiftly transitioned into conducting the family meeting, ready to address the challenges ahead and guide the clan forward. Since then, Tang Jii's actions were truly unconventional. She removed the name of the Medicine King Hall, which was already collapsing, and renamed it. Tang Hoyol was appointed as the Surgeon General, while Tang Ijin was appointed as the Second Surgeon General. Yuri's father, who was appointed as the General Manager, was ordered to start a full investigation of Gazan. He immediately found the elders' embezzlement books, and it was decided that the property recovered from this investigation was enough to be used for the clan's maintenance fees for the time being. Tang Ji-hyuk, the head of the Stealth and Poisons Hall, was replaced, and most of the elders who embezzled from the family were removed from their positions. And even if they weren't an elder but still used their position to commit any sort of embezzlement, they were also removed from their posts. All of this happened in just the span of a few days. Admiring his mother's recent achievements, Yeon-Myeong whispered to himself, "She truly is amazing." Standing atop a cliff, overlooking the expansive grounds of the Tang clan, Yeon-Myeong reflected deeply. His mother had swiftly resolved internal strife within the clan, stabilizing their foundation. Initially desiring a quiet life with her, Yeon-Myeong found himself increasingly entangled in responsibilities. He now had friends, loyal guards, and hundreds of clan members relying on him. The weight of these newfound connections and duties contrasted sharply with his solitary past, a time he bitterly resented merely existing. Looking ahead with determination, Yeon-Myeong set a new goal for himself. He vowed to strengthen himself further to safeguard the Tang clan from any threats. Whether from the Black Death Alliance or any other adversaries, he resolved that no harm would befall his clan under his watch. This resolve fueled his determination to become an even more formidable protector of his family and their legacy. Inside the headquarters of the Black Death Alliance, a subordinate delivered his report. "I've heard that the Tang clan has a new head. You kill Jun, the leader of the alliance," responded calmly. "I see. It was only a matter of time before they filled that position." Yeo Seal Ryan, leader of the Transforming Heart sect, interjected with urgency. "Sir, if I may speak, Mak In-hoo was defeated by the Tang clan head. He was renowned for his strength. I suggest we eliminate them before the Tang clan can reclaim their former influence." Yu Kil-jun questioned her suggestion. "And why should I do that?" Taken aback, Yeo Seal Ryan clarified, "Because killing Mak In-hoo is akin to challenging your authority." However, Yu Kil-jun dismissed her concerns, reminding her of his previous warning. "Didn't I already tell you? Leave the Tang clan alone for now. I have plans for them. Mak In-hoo defied my orders when he attacked them. If he had survived such an act of insubordination, I would have had to punish him." With a contemplative tone, Yu Kil-jun continued, "Nevertheless, it's intriguing that the Tang clan head managed to defeat him. Mak In-hoo wasn't someone to be underestimated. Deciding on his next move, Yu Kil-jun instructed, send a letter to the Tang clan. They are invited to the Sichuan meeting that will be held soon. The atmosphere in the Black Death Alliance's headquarters hinted at strategic calculations and underlying tensions, as alliances and rivalries continued to shape the unfolding events. In the quiet confines of Tang Jihai's residence within Poison Hall, Yeon-Myeong sat beside his mother with a look of gratitude on his face. Thank you for handling all the internal arrangements, Yeon-Myeong expressed sincerely. Tang Jihai replied with a hint of nervousness. Taking charge again after so long was a bit nerve-wracking. I'm not even sure if I did well. You did a fantastic job, Yeon-Myeong reassured her, his attention shifting to a more pressing matter. But mother, did you suppress your power again, like last time? Taken aback slightly, Tang Jihai responded, you noticed quickly, considering your own experience. Since you've already reached the fire realm, there's no need to hide your power anymore, right? Yeon-Myeong inquired further. It's not just about hiding power. What I used was our family's secret technique, vein sealing concealment, Tang Jihai explained calmly. Yeon-Myeong, I hope you'll learn it too, to conceal your abilities. Perplexed, Yeon-Myeong questioned, why would I need to learn that? If I explain, it will be quite a long story. Tang Jihai began, preparing to delve into the history. As the founder of this martial art and an ancestor of the Tang family, I feel it's important to tell you about him. In a certain village in Sichuan, a plague broke out. Despite not being in a famine, people were dying emaciated. Dozens of bodies were cremated without proper funerals for fear of the plague spreading. It was only a matter of time. Everyone in the village had already caught the plague and were just waiting for their time to die. Except for one. A 10-year-old boy was the only one unaffected. Why was this child the only one unharmed? There was no time for rational questions. In the eyes of those 10-year-old boy, already infected, the looked like a harbinger of the plague, a child possessed by an evil spirit. Where could a child chased out of the village go? Hiding in a cave to escape the rain, stealing the sacrificial food left at the shrine near the village to ward off the plague. The boy survived day by day. As the days passed in solitude, 2 days passed, and on the third day, the villagers didn't come to perform the rituals. The boy was the only one left. The boy wondered, why am I the only one unharmed? The question didn't linger for long. A mysterious group had come looking for the boy, the worst assassination group in the history of Murim. Poisonous Moon Shadow Sect. They kidnapped children from all over the world and trained them as assassins. Consolation fed them poison to prevent them from escaping, and administered antidotes periodically. The boy grew up to be an assassin, and before long, he saw the gruesome state of his comrades who died from not receiving the antidote in time, realizing that the plague in his village was caused by the poison sect. It wasn't him who brought the plague. From that moment on, the boy pushed himself to become stronger. No matter how dangerous the mission, he took it and completed it without hesitation. The boy achieved the feat of assassinating even the absolute masters. Seated regally upon his throne, the leader of the sect praised the assassin before him. Excellent performance. Thanks to you, the sect's reputation is sky high. I bestow upon you the title of one of the 5 great assassins. Tell me what you want. I will grant you anything. The boy, now a fully grown assassin despite his youthful appearance, remained calm and composed. Nothing. The leader was taken aback by the unexpected response. What? With a chilling calmness, the boy reiterated, I need nothing. The boy had already reached a high level. With the insights gained from fights with absolute masters, and his own ultimate technique based on the martial arts learned in the sect, it was the first flower rain of the sky. Thus, the poisonous Moon Shadow Sect disappeared overnight. Tang Jihai continued her tale. Later, his descendants settled in Sichuan, forming the current Tang family. Even now, the world remembers him by the alias Myeong, the invisible guest. As she glanced towards Yeon-Myeong, she was surprised to find him audaciously dozing off. Reacting swiftly, she pinched his cheek to rouse him. Startled, Yeon-Myeong cleared his throat. Ahem, I didn't realize there was such a history. Regaining his composure, he asked, so, what does this story have to do with vein sealing concealment? Tang Jihai explained, the poison sect had many masters at the fire realm, including the 5 great assassins and the sect leader. Do you know the secret of how the invisible guest faced them alone? Drawing from his knowledge, Yeon-Myeong responded, Isn't it the flower rain of the sky? Not many martial artists could withstand such a technique that renders the number of opponents irrelevant. Tang Jii continued to enlighten Yeon-Myeong. You're half right. It is flower rain of the sky, but it's not a martial art for hidden weapons. Flower rain of the sky is a martial art that controls energy. Yeon-Myeong was taken aback. Energy? Are you saying it's a martial art that controls energy? Not hidden weapons. Yes, Tang Jii affirmed. Battles at the fire realm are clashes of energy. When your opponent attacks with energy, you must defend with energy. Ordinary hidden weapon techniques can't penetrate the body-protecting energy of a fire realm master. Hearing this explanation, Yeon-Myeong began to ponder. Indeed, that makes sense. No matter how many hidden weapons there are, they will just bounce off the body-protecting energy. Energy counters energy, and if hundreds of hidden weapons enveloped in energy form a storm, even body-protecting energy would struggle to handle hundreds of energy attacks. It's truly an ultimate technique designed for battling masters at the fire realm. It must be much more powerful than techniques like the whirling chaos dart or iron whip dart. But no matter how skilled a master is, maintaining that level of energy must be difficult. Seeing Yeon-Myeong's intrigued expression, Tang Jii explained, "You seem curious about how one could maintain that much energy." With a meaningful glance, she continued, "The answer lies in vein sealing concealment. The basic principle of vein sealing concealment is as follows. Compress all the internal energy flowing through the meridians and concentrate it into one of the 12 main meridians. Then, use true energy to block the flow of internal energy and seal it within the meridian. This way, the internal energy doesn't flow and is encapsulated by true energy." Expanding on her explanation, Tang Jii continued, "This method deceives the eyes of a fire realm master who can perceive the flow of internal energy. Initially, you won't be able to use the sealed internal energy immediately, so your current power will decrease. However, with accumulated experience and insights, it can be rebuilt easily. By repeating this process 12 times to seal internal energy in all 12 main meridians, the true energy protecting the internal energy intertwines, creating a new protective layer. This not only surpasses the defense of existing body-protecting energy, but is said to be as strong as dragon scales, hence its name." Reflecting on her words, Yeon-Myeong delved deeper into thought. Dragon scales? First the fire dragon poison, now this. They speak as if they've seen a dragon. Tang Jii added, "Moreover, vein sealing is not just for defense. When you release the internal energy sealed in the 12 meridians, you can temporarily use more than 10 times the original internal energy." Yeon-Myeong pieced it together. So, flower rain of the sky is a martial art that requires releasing vein sealing to use. Indeed, Tang Jii affirmed. But that's not all. Several key points were passed down with vein sealing concealment, but they were lost after the Demon Lord's invasion. The orally transmitted key points were also lost when 2 elders suddenly died. But, Yeon-Myeong, I believe you can master the complete flower rain of the sky. With pride in her eyes, she continued. Because, Yeon-Myeong, you are my proud son, aren't you? Startled by her confidence, Yeon-Myeong responded, "There's nothing the son of the poison phoenix can't master." With determination, he murmured to himself, "A proud son, of course. I must live up to your expectations, so you can be even prouder." Thus, he received vein sealing concealment from his mother, eager to quickly replenish internal energy after each session. Seated in his office, Yeon-Myeong's thoughts wandered deeply, contemplating the effectiveness of poison in enhancing his abilities. To him, what others feared as poison was akin to a miraculous elixir. He saw no need to undergo the lengthy rebuilding process of internal energy. Determined to obtain more poison for his experiments, he planned to request some from Yiyang, the expert poison maker. However, in the midst of his pondering, he was interrupted by a commotion outside his door. "What's going on?" Yeon-Myeong inquired. The guard replied, "Well, your friend is here. They insisted on seeing you now, even though you're working." It was Tang Yeon-Myeong who rushed into the room with palpable urgency. "Help me, Yeon-Myeong." Seeing her distressed state, Yeon-Myeong asked with concern, "Yeon, what's going on? Why are you so out of breath?" Yeon's eyes filled with tears as she pleaded desperately, "At this rate, if this keeps up, my sister will die." Seeing the panicked Yeon-Myeong was taken aback. He immediately questioned why she hadn't sought out a doctor first if her sister's life was in danger. Desperation etched on her face, Yeon explained that they had already consulted several doctors, But this was not a condition that could be fixed by conventional medicine or medical techniques. Yeon-Myeong, now deeply concerned, inquired further, wondering if her sister had suffered internal injuries. Mirio revealed the grave nature of the condition. The 9 severed meridians, a terminal affliction that left little hope for recovery through ordinary means. Historically, alongside the Blazing Sun Palace, there was a peculiar martial arts sect that used terminal conditions. Northern Sea Ice Palace. As the name suggests, the martial artists of the Ice Palace practiced ice arts, which were considered both a skill and a blessing for those born with extreme energy. Mirio elaborated that those who didn't practice ice arts often succumbed to terminal conditions due to their unique lineage. Yeon-Myeong sought confirmation, asking if Mirio and her sister were descendants of those ancient practitioners. Mirio explained further. They were indeed descendants, though through many generations. Long ago, the descendants of the Ice Palace had settled in Sichuan, marrying into the Tang family, which was the most powerful family in the region at the time. Practicing ice arts could free one from the terminal condition. But in the Tang family, renowned for poisons and hidden weapons, there were no practitioners or information related to ice arts. The knowledge had been lost over time, and the condition reappeared every few decades. Unfortunately, her sister was now afflicted. As they reached their destination, Mirio pointed out her house. To their shock, the house was almost completely covered in ice, indicating her sister's condition had worsened significantly since Mirio had left. "Oh no!" Mirio exclaimed, panic rising in her voice. "Her condition has worsened since we left the house." Mirio rushed to her sister's side, her voice trembling with urgency. "Sister, please open your eyes," she pleaded. Yeon-Myeong surveyed the room, noting the intense cold. "The room is cold enough to freeze," he thought, recognizing the severity of the situation. He quickly explained to Mirio, "Your sister has been resisting the cold with her innate energy, but now she's reached her limit. She's in a state where she's blocking all consciousness and focusing all her energy on her veins." Mirio's desperation grew. "What? That can't be. Does that mean there's no way to save her?" Despite the dire circumstances, Yeon-Myeong offered a glimmer of hope. "It's not that there's no way," he said. "We can artificially release the cold from her body. However, if your sister can't withstand the process or if I get overwhelmed by the cold." He paused, letting Mirio grasp the gravity of the situation. "I want to help, but I can't risk a friend's family member's life. I'm just giving you the choice, Mirio. You need to decide whether to look for another way or trust me and try my method." Tears welled in Mirio's eyes. "I came all this way because there were no other options. I can't give up without trying. It's dangerous for you too. But please, Yeon-Myeong, save my sister." Resolute, Yeon-Myeong nodded. "All right, let's do it." As Yeon-Myeong and Tang Mirio prepared to save her sister, Mirio voiced her discomfort. The method Yeon-Myeong proposed required them to remove her sister's clothes, a necessity to extract the energy effectively. Mirio found this too embarrassing, but Yeon-Myeong explained that there was no other choice. It was better to endure a bit of embarrassment than to let her sister die. Determined, Yeon-Myeong readied himself and began the process. He knew he had to remove the cold from the 9 meridians: the glabella, philtrum, heart, lungs, arms, legs, and lower abdomen, one by one. As he succeeded in removing the cold from the glabella, he prepared to proceed further. However, as he moved down to the chest area, he hesitated. The situation was undeniably awkward, but he steeled his will, realizing he couldn't stop now. The cold energy was much stronger than before, and as he worked to remove it, he struggled to maintain his composure. The resistance of the cold was skyrocketing, and it wouldn't come out easily. Mirio watched with growing concern, but Yeon-Myeong assured her he was fine. Despite his assurances, half of his body was frozen due to the cold energy. He managed to extract the energy from the 6 meridians in the upper body, but the cold had exceeded what his body could handle. Continuing meant risking his own life, as he would freeze to death first. He lamented that it would have been easier if it were a poison. Then, a revelation struck him. He recalled something Ijin's grandfather from the Medicine King Hall had mentioned. The reason for poison in spirit pills was that medicine and poison were essentially one. It became poisonous when the concentration or quantity exceeded what the human body could tolerate. Even yang energy, essential for life, could turn into fire poison if it exceeded what the body could endure. With this insight, Yeon-Myeong realized there might be a way to use poison to counteract the cold energy. He contemplated how to balance the yin and yang within the body, turning the overwhelming cold into something manageable. This newfound understanding gave him the determination to continue, knowing he might just have found the key to saving Mirio's sister. Yeon-Myeong, analyzing the situation deeper, concluded that the excessively strong cold within Mirio's sister could be considered a cold poison. With this new understanding, he began a different approach to remove the cold energy from her body. Placing his hand on her stomach, Yeon-Myeong felt the reaction immediately. Since a significant amount of the cold had already been extracted, it resisted fiercely. However, by treating the cold as a poison, he found that it recognized the new method and began to dissipate without posing a threat. Confident in his approach, Yeon-Myeong worked steadily, sure that he could save Mirio's sister from her terminal condition. As he continued, Mirio's sister began to regain consciousness. She felt warmth spreading through her body as the cold energy dissipated. When she opened her eyes, she was shocked to find herself half-naked. Before she could speak, a familiar voice interrupted her thoughts. "Sister?" Turning towards the voice, Mirio's sister exclaimed in disbelief, "Mirio, is it really you, Mirio?" The two sisters embraced, relief and joy washing over them. Mirio was overjoyed that her sister had managed to overcome her severe terminal condition due to the cold energy. Their heartfelt reunion marked the end of a harrowing ordeal and the beginning of recovery and renewed hope.